I'm coming. Y'all stop that crying. Act like a bunch of little whiny pots. Little old whiny pot, yeah. Yeah, you're the worst one. You're a spoil. Spoiled rotten. Probably, guys, in September, I'll wean these guys and start rehoming. They all eat good. I'm coming. Just give me a chance. They eat a whole bucket a day. You're not coming out. Well, you might. I'm coming in there. Y'all just stop it. Act like y'all ain't never eat. They love that old boat. Never heard such out here. Let's go. I got the feed. I got the time. No, we're not going to do all this kind of crazy stuff. No, ma'am. No, sirs. That is not going to happen. Look at this craziness. Here, set the bucket right here. I have to empty y'all's feed trough. I guarantee, yep, there's poop in it. So it has to be empty. Oh, my goodness, like a bunch of little animals. Okay. Okay, give it here. Come on, give it to Pawpaw. It's up here now. Woo! Come on, chickens, I'm coming. Stop chasing him. Stop it. Yeah, old big boy's gonna be leaving here. First night I get a chance to come out and catch him on the roost. I'll put him in a little carrier and take him to Ralph the next morning. All right. I'll just sit right here and visit with him for a little bit. Oops. I'm probably gonna have to build another little trough like this, because they get pretty well. They're not too crowded. They just want all of them get on one end hogging it. All of them want to get on one end hogging it. What's wrong, baby girl? You come down with Pawpaw. Cuz came by this morning. It was still cool. We sat on the porch, had coffee. The only time you really set out is in the early mornings or late in the evenings. And Bree said it's gonna get cool next Tuesday. I hope so. I hope. Don't know how many more days of pond water we've got. I'm gonna start stockpiling the stuff I need for the river and moving it down there. And when the day comes we have to go to the river, then we'll have everything there. It won't take us probably, with enough help, 3 or 4 hours to fix it in. And the cows will have access to the river. They've got several more days of good water here in the ponds, even without rain. And hopefully something will come through here and give us some rain and fill them back up. And in the meantime, I can water 2 or 3 days here at the house if I have to. It puts a strain on your well as dry as it is. It's been raining, you know, if the weather's been good for the last several years, or even for the last year, then the water table would be good at the bottom, down the bottom, but I guarantee it's low right now, and I don't want it to drop down below the pipe and have to have the pipe pulled out of there and more pipe added. It'd be very expensive. And sometimes it don't work real well. There's always that risk of breaking the pipe off down there somewhere. I've seen it happen in other people's wells before. When they pull them, it would break off. Somehow get hung up or whatever. And very expensive. So anyway, we're just gonna try, hope and pray we get that rain coming eventually. Get some rain. the last storm that come in, Harold, whoever it was, went into South Texas. They need it also. I'm not, you know, I wish we'd have got some of it, but they need it also. A lot of folks need rain. So I'm not, you know, well, I'm jealous. I guess I'm jealous, but they need the rain too. I was watching a program on TV last night, G and I, about a ranch out in West Texas. It's been in a drought since the last several years. They've had to sell almost all their cattle because of a drought. And hopefully, I don't know for a fact, but I'm hoping some of that Harold went up through their place. Give them some relief. Anyway, I'm just sitting here relaxing. I'm fixing to go out and start cleaning out my pavilion. I've got everything done on my kitchen. As far as construction goes, unless Kim comes up with something, you know how she is. She'll show up with some kind of idea, and it'll probably be a good idea. And I don't want to tell her that, but it'll probably be a good idea that it's something I didn't think about. And so we may end up doing a little bit more. I hope it'll be okay. But I think the next thing we do is going to set the stove down inside there where it goes and measure up and get a hole cut for our stove pipe and start getting that attached. It's going to be quite a chore too, because I've got to install a damper inside one of the pipes. Probably the one I bought from the stove place. I'll have to install a damper in it, and I'll show you when I do that how it works before we put it up. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off and just let her relax with my babies. Man. My little girl come down on my end. I told her, come down beside Pawpaw. She came down here. She's a good girl. That was my baby. Anyway, I was telling you a while ago, in September, I'll separate these guys from their moms and start rehoming them. Cuddles will stay, for sure. Macho will probably stay. And we'll see. I'm nothing set in concrete except for Cuddles. She's staying. And she knows it. I love you guys. Hey, baby girl. Hey, my baby. Cuddles and her sister. ever since I started cutting them brick. But I'm through cutting brick now. So I'm just gonna sit here and relax. And I gotta go do some more chores. Come on. You get my lap if you want to. Yeah? All right, go ahead. Stood there staring at my lap for the longest, and I said, okay, I'll fall out maybe. I'm getting too big. What do you think, little man? You gonna slide down that slide? Go down the slide. They love that thing. You know, I was sitting here watching the goats, watching the chickens. It's cool. And I got to thinking about something, a story y'all might be interested in. What do you want? Stop chewing on my shirt. Back when I worked at the sheriff's department, I had a friend that had a auction house. They auctioned off anything someone brought in, mostly like on consignments. And they auctioned off, I'm serious, everything. Tools, livestock, household goods, you name it, they had it. And one day someone had brought this huge incubator in. It held 4,500 eggs when it's fully loaded. That's huge, almost big as that little building there. It had 2 doors on the front, redwood doors. You open it up, you literally step in it almost. But it didn't work. And so no one ever would buy it. It just sat there. He said, told me one day, he said, why don't you just take that thing and get it off my place? I said, what am I gonna do if it don't work? He said, well, you can probably fix it. Somebody took a little time. So went out and we looked at it, plugged it in. The timer worked, the turning of the eggs, every 4 hours it would turn the eggs, 45 degrees one way, then 45 back the other. The temperature worked, the thermometer worked, all the controls worked. The only thing that didn't work was the humidifier, which was basically a big fan in the back that had water dripping on top of it, and it would create like 70% humidity inside, which is, I think, what they recommended for eggs to hatch. Well, I went ahead and brought it home. I said, okay, I'll tinker with it. And I found out just getting a regular fan and letting it blow across a pan of water would create that same amount, because it had a gauge in there to check the humidity. And I found out it would do the same thing. So I went about setting it all up. My dad helped me set it all up, put it inside the barn. The other thing was heavy. We had to have rollers to put it in there with, get it off the trailer. And I went out and started looking for eggs. And I had a big territory to cover as a sheriff's department. What? What do you want to do today? You just want to sit in my lap or not? It's up to you. Okay, here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it if you want to. I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to beg. Okay. I fell out one time, Papa, and it scared me. I know, baby. I know. So anyway, there was a couple of people out in my territory that I took care of that I dealt with before, in a good way. I'd done some, they had some issues that I had to help them with as a law enforcement officer. And so I called one of them. I said, you sell eggs, right? She says, yes, I do. Mr. Morrow, I do. I said, are they fertile? She said, yes. She had production red chickens, had about 100 of them. And they had roosters on them. So I went out and bought, 6 or 8 dozen eggs. Come home and put them in that incubator. And sure enough, 21 days later, I had that many chicks. Almost every one of them hatched. What am I going to do with that many chicks? So I went back to my friend, had the auction house. I said, you want to sell some chicks? He said, oh, yeah, bring them in here. I'll sell them. So I took them up, boxes of chickens, little chicks. Well, Gigi had this idea. Her and the kids could do the same thing here. So we went out to the old barn. This old barn out here was a lot better shape then. Cleaned it all out. I built some real nice cages. Brooder cages, light cinnamon and all that. And we started hatching chicks regular. Every week was hatching off chicks. And G, word of mouth, put up a few little signs here and there. She started selling chicks. Her and the kids would sell chicks. People would come here and buy chicks. So they could buy them real cheap here. And the feed store over there pretty expensive. And they sold chicks all summer long. Second year, we started not only selling chickens, I still had my same supplier of my eggs. I'd buy them eggs from her and come home and put them in an incubator. I found where I could get turkey eggs. We started hatching off turkeys. We even hatched off some pheasants. I was finding these eggs everywhere, and then people found out I was buying eggs. They'd call me. Hey, I got this kind of eggs. I got that kind of eggs. And different breeds of chickens. They actually had a pretty good little business going out there. Oh, we didn't do it for just a few years. I don't know, we didn't do it that many years. It got to be a lot of work. And I didn't really have the time working at the sheriff's office. I was not here long enough to come home and set some over, a bunch of eggs and take off again. It was kind of fun though. I think her and the boys and girls had fun. Hatching off them little chicks, putting them in the cages, and people come and getting them, picking them out how many they wanted. Kind of fun. All right, I'm gonna cut this story off, and I got things to do, guys. Y'all tired of hearing this stuff. I love you guys. Don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. I'll catch you guys later. What? I don't care if you get in my lap. I don't care. I know you're there. You like that hat? Don't eat it. Don't eat my hat. I'm serious. Very serious about that. You want a peaceful day? You folks want to just sit in peace and quiet and tranquility. Get a goat. Get yourself a goat. I really think goats, if you have the place for it, okay, if you have the place, apartment, nationally good. If you have the place and you're allowed to have a goat, get you a little goat, raise it on a bottle. She wasn't raised on a bottle, but still. They make the best little pet. They're very, what's the word? They're very lovey. Now they want to love. They truly want to love. And they like to play. And when they get older, they still like to love, but they can be a pain in the butt too. Like Duke, I can't come out here at all and sit down and love these guys without him doing all that head rubbing stuff. And he don't take no for an answer. It just, I can walk in the gate in the evenings to close these guys up, and here he comes. You can get in my lap if you want to. Okay. Okay, you made it. There ain't no room for you. There ain't no room for two. I only need one girl at a time up here in my lap. Just wait your turn. Right, baby? Tell her. One at a time. She's been wanting to do this all morning. Yeah. And she just wasn't for sure because she fell out the other day. It literally fell on her little back. Yeah, I know it just probably knocked her breath out of you, didn't it, baby? Papa had to, her sister wants to get up here. Oh. But I'm telling you something. This is the way to go. Hey. This is the way to go. Ready to get down? Get down. I gotta go. I got chores to do, baby. I got chores to do, okay? Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I love you too. I love you too. You can get happy out here. You can get happy. Right, you can get happy, can't you? You can get happy. You can get happy. My baby can get happy. Yeah, let's stop down it. She gets a little bit big for that. I can imagine if she gets big as Sophie want to do that. Break your legs. All right, I'm gonna go in, guys. I picked some pears here this morning. I gotta get my picker to get those up high. The tree on the other end, they just didn't make. They all literally burned up. They little knotty things. They just soft. They on the west side. This side is still green. Crazy. All right, I gotta go, guys. I love y'all.